Hello everybody, my name is BlazenBezza and we are doing Super Mario Brothers 3. Only this time we are doing 100%. We're doing all the levels. We get started in 3, 2, 1, go! Alright, I'm going to try and not repeat what I did last year, so I'm going to focus up a bit. Alright, that's good. I did not go face first into that paratrooper right there. Alright, we're out. Okay, I didn't do what I did last year. Okay, I can breathe a sigh of relief there. Alright, so today we're doing 100%, so we're effectively playing through pretty much all the levels. So any level that is required to pretty much, like, any level that Mario can die. So we are doing all the numbered stages. Alright, missed the early P-speed there. We're doing all the numbered stages. All the Hammer Brothers, all the special stages, all fortresses, and the airship. So we will not be doing any warp whistles or anything like that. And I realized I got the fire flower there, so I actually need to turn back for a mushroom there, but that's all right. So we want to get 3 different cards at the end of the level, effectively, so we don't get any fanfare, because that's going to cost us time. All right, we're going to quickly grab this mushroom here while we keep P-speed. Beautiful. These one-tile gaps are very, very tight. Skip the secret warp whistle, because unfortunately we do not need these warp whistles, but we are going to be picking up a couple in this run because it's just faster to finish the level in it. So one additional thing about doing all levels is we have a grand total of 18, I repeat, 18 auto-scroll levels. So this one's going to have a fair bit amount of just chilling, relaxing, not losing focus, and we're pretty much just going to be working on, like, managing our coin count. So what I mean about coin count is our coin count is effectively determined by the number of coins. So if we ever hit double digit in coins, so 11s, 22s, 33s, etc., with the second last digit in our score, so if those two scores are the exact same, it's going to turn one of the Hammer Brothers into a auto-scroller coin ship, which makes it a lot easier for a casual's perspective, but in terms of speedrunning, that's going to cost us over a minute, so we really don't want that to happen. So these auto-scrolls are pretty much, I'm just going to keep attention to my score. So it only happens in 4 of the worlds, in worlds 1, 3, 5, and 6. So I do have to pay a little bit of attention to it. Not a lot, but... So this is where I'm just like, I'm dangerously close there, so if I had 22 instead of 20, I would have just got a coin ship there, so I've already just led a bad example of that. Alright, the reason why we grabbed the leaf is effectively we are just going to skip right to the top here. Hopefully not get hit. And just fly all the way up the top of the roof. A lot faster to get this warp whistle than it is to actually beat Boom Boom. So that's going to be in our inventory for the whole entire run. So and it's the first slot, so we're going to desperately try and not get that. See, we're going to butt slide here because it's naturally faster, naturally going faster, and we want to take damage. So the reason why we want to take... Alright, I've lost P-speed there, so just have to manage this a bit. The reason why we want to take damage there is effectively Mario actually runs faster without the tail. And anytime you jump with the tail, you effectively lock Mario's speed up in the air. So we actually won't be able to continuously go fast as soon as we enter air. So we pretty much don't want to be having that tail for most parts of this run. Alright, 1-6 here. We're going to be doing a bit of a dangerous no-look jump here. We can get this P-speed set up here right, rather than going across that platform. Jump there, because we have no idea where he actually is, because we actually go off screen there. But we're actually all good and all clear, which is really nice. So yeah, and as I said, our coin levels are alright, so we're not too stressed at the moment. Alright. So there's not too much in terms of RNG for this category than there is in others. It's just mainly these Hammer Brothers where they want to spawn, where they want to how many movements they want to give. So Hammer Brothers move at the end of every turn pretty much when we finish a level, and then as soon as they do that, they will move to the next emptiest spot. If they move through a stage, they'll go through one spot. So every movement they do is about half a second. So we want to limit that amount, but it's all RNG. We can't control how they act. So there'll be a few things we'll try to do to like manipulate them into just like doing earlier fights. Hopefully they don't give us really bad movements, and that's just pretty much what we're just going to hope in here. We're up to our second auto scroller because we skipped through the first one because that was a bit of a short one. So if you've got a really quick donation before we hit the Koopaling, you can go right for it. Alrighty, so the reason why we didn't grab the wand there, because actually Mario falls down that spot in his transition actually slower than what he actually does to get to the ground. So it's actually a lot quicker just to pick up the wand right at the bottom of the screen rather than at the top. Unless we did a screen wand grab, which would have to be like at the very, very top. But that's very inconsistent. All right. World 2, so technically to our stuff in the SMB3 community, we're actually not out of World 1 until we actually get through this fortress and not lose Fireflower, which shout outs to Budsy who created that percentage. So we're gonna, pretty much majority of this run is gonna showcase how really, really good the Fireflower actually is. It's just gonna make so much of these levels go really smooth and go really fast. All right, here we're gonna butt slide here. Oh, all right, didn't clear that because we don't want that. All right, don't really want to fall in the sand, but it's all right. So the reason why we wanted to try to get over that, because we're going to try and lock Mario's speed off run up the hill, which meant we actually would have traversed that a bit quicker, but it's fine. We didn't hit the water, we didn't get in the sand, we didn't get hit. Also another Fireflower, which is interesting. So normally when you just run straight at that, you'd normally get a start, but there are some frames where you actually can get that. All right. Oh, nah, all right. So what I tried to do there, tried to do a little bit of a stutter step, which what that did is just effectively just do a little turn back and a little jump in air to try to lock Mario's P-speed there. So I could have gotten early P-speed, which unfortunately we didn't get that, but it's all right. It's not too bad. All right, have to wait for these spikes, unfortunately. And then one massive benefit of having the Fireflower and keeping it is, as you saw with the Koopaling fight before, we can kill Boom Boom here with 5 hits rather than stomping on him 3 times. So that's roughly about a 3-second time save. And well, we're doing every single level. So the amount of Boom Booms we're going to be killing, that's a fair bit. All right, that's good. All right. So we have to face all of these Hammer Bros, but killing this Music Box Bro on the left is actually really, really nice. So he's not going to go back, swap around with his mate down the back. So that saves a little bit of time. All right. All right, I'm going to try and go for a little trick called Green Rocket. I'll explain to it once we get there, but we're going to pick up this green shell. We're going to keep our P-speed, jump up there, and we're going to throw this up. And how this works is, see how that green shell actually is going moved a lot faster? That's because effectively we threw him while going at full P-speed, so that meant that the Koopa shell was going to go the same P-speed that we built up. So that makes it actually a few seconds faster than just playing through the level normally. That bro's not in a nice spot. So there's a little bit of a branching period that we'll have to do here. So as I said, we have to do every single level, but we're probably going to do 2-5, and then we're going to assess and see where this Hammer Bro is, because this Hammer Bro's got a hammer. And if you didn't know, there's a third Hammer Bro hidden behind that rock in the top right-hand corner. We actually need to break that and beat him, so we need to beat this Hammer Bro before we even get there. All right, that's okay, that's fine. So I wanted to do 2-5 first anyway, just to save on map movements here. There's the stutter step I was talking about, which locked up P-speed at that 5 bars and managed to get P-speed pretty much almost immediately after that. All right, do a turn back so we don't get 3 cards. All right, hopefully this bro goes to the left and not back up. All right, excellent. All right, very, very good. So you could do this in different ways. You can go up and do the pyramid, or you can do 2-4 first. I'm going to do 2-4 first because it's going to set up a particular fire kill on Morton, which if I do everything right, I can get the right pattern. I'll explain that all when we get to the airship. So right now 2-4, just going to do a couple of duck jumps here so I don't run into that. All right, that's not great, and that's what happens. That's all right. And that's how quick and easy you could die in SMB3. Alright, losing fire is not the end of the world there. Alright, we're going to try again. Except I'm just going to clear that guy and clear that guy. There we go. Yeah. That's why we wanted to bounce off them so I could keep P-speed, but we didn't do that, so we'll take that a little bit safer. Very, very hard category not to die in. I only just recently managed to do this deathless, so I was not surprised at all. So this is why we wanted to beat that, so we can hammer bro. Alright. Not the best spot, but not the worst. Well, these fire bros can be a bit tricky, but as long as you can bounce on that first one safely, you're usually fine. Alright. We will have to pick up a power up here because there is a fire flower. Technically, there's only a fire flower, one fire flower in this entire world, and it's on the airship. So we need to pick this back up so we can re-grab it. Alright, just going to build P-speed up here. Oh, alright. So I wanted to duck slide underneath there and keep P-speed, but that didn't happen, so just going to have to do this the safe and casual way. Nope. Alright, we'll just walk under it because we could do that. I think it's just more important not to get hit. Alright, hopefully this boomerang doesn't troll us. Alright, all good. Okay, so that kind of stuffs up my pattern a bit here because I'm not entirely oh, actually no, if I get my map movements here right, I might get a certain backup pattern here. We'll still go for it. We'll still go for it. Just might be a bit hard. So what I was talking about certain fire kill patterns is effectively, so all the Koopaling kids have a certain pattern, and it's all based on as soon as you finish the last level that you played, and you there's an in-game global timer that effectively will lock in the Koopaling's pattern basically from that point on until you get into the pipe. So I should get the backup pattern as long as I don't get hit again. So that could slow down a little bit based on your map movements, the screen transition, where you finish the last level, and this little half second here by picking up the fire flower. So there's a lot of things that can upset these patterns. But I think I've got the pattern. I'll see if I've got it, but we're here. We're going to try and fire kill these Koopalings. Probably got like a good 15-20 seconds if you want a quick donation or two.
No donations at the moment, but we've got several donation incentives over the course of this marathon. So we've got Clarice Expedition 33. We can choose between 3 outfits, Gamage, Slough Suit, or Expeditioner. So Gamage is currently leading with $35. So if you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com, and in the comments section mention what costume you want, and there's some other incentives on the website as well.
Awesome. Yeah, we almost got that. I did get the pattern I wanted, but just off by 1 fireball. But that is still faster than jumping on him 3 times. So I'm happy about that. All right, my coin count and my points count are very, very dangerous. So I'm literally 1 coin off a coin ship. So I need to be really careful. I should be okay because I believe I do pick up more than 1 coin in 3-2. All right, not much to talk about this stage really. We're just going to shoot a blooper, and we're just going to jump up here, build some P-speed up and just go over the top. Nothing much to see here. 3-2 is a big one. Probably one of the hardest stages in the game in terms of building P-speed. And not just that. This game is really funny when in terms of hitboxes, and cheat sheets are none the wiser. So we're going to hope that everything goes smoothly here. Beautiful. All right, that turn back is very scary because these cheat boxes, sometimes you can just land right cleanly on them, but you'll just go right through it. And if that happens, we lose our fire flower and we hit the water, and yeah, we start to panic. That couldn't have gone any better. All right, same deal here. We're going to build P-speed and hold it all the way through. Ooh, did not make that. That's scary. I still have P-speed somehow. All right, I'm just going to play it safe. I do not want to get eaten by that boss bass. Very scary. I could have hit the P-switch, but I probably should have. Alright. Okay, that's what happens when things can absolutely go weary there. We've already seen that happen before. But yeah, we've got plenty of coins here, so our coin ship count is alright. I'm not in any danger of that. One thing we are in danger of is getting that runaway bro to the right-hand side of this world, which we like to call Runaway Ronnie. In other categories, it's very, very, very bad because you need to face him. We have to face him anyway, but it's not the end of the world if he does run away. It's really all he's going to cost us is just extra movements later on in the world. So hopefully he doesn't run to the right and he's a good boy and stays there. But if he does, it's not the end of the world. Alright, he does. Alright. So we P-wing this world. So one big thing that we're going to be doing in this category is our item management. So we know what we're picking up, so we have to effectively use our items in the best way possible. Using a P-wing in this stage rather than just swimming through it normally, that's like 18, I think it's roughly like 12 seconds or something like that. So it's a big enough time save to use one of our very few P-wings that we get in this run. Yeah, because we don't need the fire flower for a little bit. Yeah, and as you can see, he's already there, so that's not a great spot. We will get to him, but it's not the end of the world. Alright, see how my coin literally was just right on the 7s? We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want to turn to a coin ship. Coming back? Nah. That's alright. That's okay. We're only losing roughly like 1 to 2 seconds every turn because of that, so it's not the end of the world. If we were doing any other category that required us to beat it, we actually would have had to take an intentional death, and that's way worse. But as I say, it's 100%, so we have to finish everything. Yeah, that one's just simple as that. Some beautiful things about doing auto-scrollers. Oh, he came back. He came back! Nice! Alright. So, if for some reason he actually stayed there for some reason, just as an example, I was going to cloud 3-6 and just face him immediately, but just to save on Hammer Bro movements in case he wanted to run away further, because the second you clear a stage, he can't move through that space, so effectively he can't move back where he came from. And some nice things about doing auto-scrollers is you effectively can get some free power-ups, like this Fire Flower right here. Hence why we can P-wing 3-5 and we can just play out 3 forwards per normal. And as I said, we've got a lot of auto-scrollers to get through, so if we got those donations coming in, they would be very nice to go.
Yes, so we've got one donation, $75 from Pete, and donation message is SMB3. So just as a reminder, we're AusSpeedruns, the Australian speedrunning team, and for this event we're raising money for Game on Cancer, charity funding early career researchers who are working across areas of cancer research to make this the last generation to die from cancer. So if you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com, and there's also a cash donation jar at our front desk there for if you want to make some in-person donations as well. So we've got a few donation incentives coming up. So next year in Obscure Expedition 33, there's a donation incentive for outfit choice, and Gomage is currently leading at $35. So if you'd like to donate towards that incentive, mention it in your donation message when you make it.
Alright, that level's probably one of my favorites in terms of doing just the speedrunning, just going up there. Had to do a little bit of a short jump here. Oh, too big of a super swim there. Alright, I don't want to press the A button when I do that. Yeah, one of the rare ideas. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm probably in the neutral variety of underwater fortresses. But this one's not too bad. We're pretty much just mashing the A button to swim. Just not getting hit by those ghosts there. As long as we know when to press A, we're perfectly fine here. And so far we've fire killed every boom boom so far, so that's always a positive. But yeah, these last couple stages can be a bit tricky, Alright, got another stage with big boss bass, which hopefully we're not going to get eaten like how we almost did in 3-3. Alright, this should be fine. Shouldn't respawn by the time I get out. All good. Oh! That's alright. Yeah, That meant I couldn't get P-Speed out of the pipe, but that's fine. Alrighty. Alright, we're almost done with World 3, just one more stage to go. So we're going to be trying to do a trick called H-jump. So there's a tiny H that we're going to try and get P-Speed right at the start of the level and clear that off some very one-tile jumps here. So we'll see how this goes. Ah, got it there, but didn't get the input out in time. Those ice blocks can be a little bit finicky getting that A press in time, but that's alright. We didn't lose our fire player, because that's probably the most important thing. I think out of all the fire players to not lose, probably in World 3 is right at the end of World 3 is dangerous. For two reasons. One, Wendy Cooper's probably got the easiest fire kill, but if we don't have fire, she's the worst Cooperling to deal with. Because those rings are just, oh, they're a pain, and they spawn every time you jump on her. So we want to be fire killing her because that's a hell of a lot easier. The second thing is going Fire Flower into World 4 is actually so important because I don't think there is a Fire Flower we pick up until 4-5. So we've got to play like 6 stages without Fire Flower, where I think Fire Flower is that important for every single stage in that world. Probably the most important out of all of them, apart from Bowser's Castle, which we'll get to that later. So as I said, 18 auto-scrollers, so a lot of time to do that. Fortunately, one in every world. With these airships, but more important just not to lose just to not lose Fire Flower and just make our way there forward. Right, so far it's gone alright. So far it's gone alright. Just that one hiccup in 2-4, but so far pretty clean World 3 apart from the Hammer Brothers. It's probably the only thing that's been a bit of a pain, but unfortunately when you do 100%, that's just the RNG that you unfortunately just have to deal with. Alright, so Wendy's pretty much straight 10 shots to kill her, like a straight 10 shot, but sometimes you can jump over it, sometimes they go through her. We hope that we can do this, otherwise this might be a bit painful. Alright, I could have gone for the 10th one straight on the line and saved a bit of time, but you can just jump on her and just get those last shot or two out of there. Because those rings are really, really annoying, especially when you get to the 3rd hit and you somehow could get small. So on a casual perspective, she's the hardest one to deal with. But in terms of getting the fire kills, it's the easiest one. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword there if you're not careful. Alright, so this is where our item inventory and knowing where our items are is super important. Because as I said, we've got a warp whistle. We've got 2 warp whistles now. So we've got one in the first slot and one will be on the first page, I believe. So which I think will be rocking the 4th slot, 4th or 5th slot, if I remember correctly. I think it's the 4th. So what we're going to do here, be very careful. We're going to use the music box. Going to put that bro to sleep. So we're going to use these music boxes to save some movement turns. Oh, just got up that block. Good. Nope, that's all right. Yeah, so we use that red shell just to kill the paratrooper so we could get P-Speed and just run straight up. Which can be a little bit finicky because you do lose a little bit of momentum going off that waterfall, but we kept it all right here. The other reason why we've used this music box is to effectively, hopefully that Hammer Bro will go to the right and not run to the left with his 2 buddies. So all this is just to save movements on these Hammer Bros. Alright, I do realize I have 2 stars here, so I need to make sure I turn back. Alright, all good. Don't worry, I'll accidentally get a fanfare at some point. Alright, so hopefully this bro will go to the right. Beautiful. If he went to the left, it's more of a worry that he could just run to his other buddies and then they can swap spots. They can land in the same spot and give us a marathon movement, but so far so good. Alright. One of the coolest levels in this speedrun. Gonna try and keep P-Speed all the way through. Oh, wow, okay. This level's been a bit tricky for me this last week or not. Sometimes I've been getting P-Speed and non-P-Speed. Alright, we're just going to have to do this casually because I don't know too much about the backup on P-Speeds and I don't want to lose this Fire Flower, especially coming up to a fortress. So I'd rather just take this carefully, play this super casually, turn backs, don't get P-Speed, don't get hit. Just keep it as simple as possible. Because if we just don't get P-Speed right at the start, sometimes it's better just to chill, relax, just don't worry about it, don't risk it. Alright, here we're going to use one of our few stars. We're gonna try and keep P-Speed all the way through. Turn back here. We're gonna try and duck jump in here, which we didn't. So now we're gonna wait. It's one of the hardest ones to do that. If we manage to actually get through that gap, we could actually hold P-Speed and clear that. We can get through that gap because Mario's hitbox is just weird like that. And we're just gonna keep our fire here. We could have tried to do it, but we unfortunately jumped a bit too early there and just lost all our momentum. All right, 4-4. We'll see these Lakitus are going to be nice here because we're going to be jumping on a couple here. Clear all that. Oh, I didn't even get the jump. All right, miss P-Speed there. This might be a bit. All right, I'm not going to Lakitu jump there because I didn't think I was lined up. So we're just going to have to just do this a little bit safely here and just hopefully there. I went for a super swim and it gave me a jump. Bit weird there. That's all right. As I said, one of the few fly flowers in this world is in 4-5, so we're going to pick that up. So that means our routing is we're going to do 4-5 first over 4-6. But first, let's see where these Hammer Bros are. They should be relatively, yeah, not too bad. We'll get rid of this one now, just because he's not too far away from us. We'll see where this one wants to go. Okay, we'll do that. Better just to get rid of these now, just so I don't have to worry about them later. We're still going to do 4-5 first because I want the Fire Flower because that's going to make us do 4-6 a bit quicker. There were some backup strats I could have done here. Alright, we'll just take that a bit safely. So this is one of the very few levels where we actually don't build P-Speed here. There is a P-Speed strat, but would rely on a lot of quick turnbacks, stutter steps. Just play this casually. Get the Fire Flower, it's free. Which means we can actually do 4-6 like super fast right from the word go. So it was a backup strat I could have done, but I want to hang on to my stars just in case. Alright, so we're going to fire 2 shots here, which will kill these 2. And there's our P-Speed. Duck underneath. Kill that guy, jump up there, because we can't kill it in one shot. Bounce up, and keep our P-Speed. Very, very nice. Because I don't think it's possible to keep P-Speed there unless I have Fire Flowers to actually make those shots. Alright, and now we get a crack to this P-Speed, so we're going to not lose our momentum there, so that's not going to happen. So if for some reason we didn't have Fire Flower, there's a Fire Flower right there. Yeah. So again, more casual levels. It's not the speedrun intended way, unfortunately, but unfortunately, if you lose P-Speed just right from the word go, that can happen. All right. So now up to the airship. So we want to get our movement right here. And it should be right here. So even tapping A right as soon as this text is done is actually goes towards that in-game timer as well for the crippling patterns. So we want to make sure that goes all right here. So we are on now the slowest airship, which goes for over 2 minutes, but it's not the longest. So this airship goes at half speed than normal. So we're going to be here for a fair while. So if you want to read up some donations, that would be amazing.
Okay, I've got a donation in, so we've got $5 from Bob the Bob that says Mario 3 is a good game. Yeah, I agree with that. It's quite good. I actually haven't finished it casually, but it is a good game. And just as a reminder, we're AusSpeedruns, an Australian speedrunning group, and we're raising money for Game on Cancer this event. And we're funding cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research to make this the last generation to die from cancer. And if you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. And they've also got, if you're at PAX here, you can also donate in person at our front desk there. And as a reminder, we've got quite a number of donation incentives. So we've got quite obscure Expedition 33, where we can choose what outfit we want for the next run, and Gamaja's currently leading with $35. We've also got incentive for Crypt of the Neck Dancer, which is happening later this evening. And if we meet this incentive, we're only $95 away from that. Then the run will complete a run with impossibly hard character, in quote. And we've also got for our final run tonight, which is Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. So we've got incentives for the trainer name, and I and Hornet are currently in the lead for trainer names. And we've also got rival names. So we've got Blaster and Estimate as in the lead currently there. And so we've got our hidden machine friends. So we've got Flavio and JT Magic Man. So you'll be able to see those incentives on the AusSpeedruns website.
All right, that was a bit scarier than I would have liked. Yeah, as I said, they could just sometimes just jump these fireballs, and you could just be in a world of pain. So that Koopaling's actually tough because he's actually got those same properties of those cheeps with those hitboxes, so you could just go right through him even though you just land on him perfectly. So I really didn't want to jump on him. We got a half and half, so technically it still counts as a fire kill, but I'm like, things could have gone drastically bad. There is a backup fire player in 5-2, which I would have picked up if that was the case, but we get to hang on to it, so things go all right. All right, 5-1's pretty straightforward, just a few jumps, and we'll shoot a couple fireballs to get some P-speed a bit earlier. You can get early P-speed here, but it's, again, more stutter steps, very, very tough to get. Got to keep an eye on our coin count, because we are in a world where we can get a coin ship. Got to keep track of Hammer Bros as well. So lots of things to keep track on. All right, I'm just going to hold right here. You could do a little bit of a trick just to get a bit of momentum speed up there, but you really don't want to fall down that shaft. That takes you to a secret underground part where just nightmares happen. So down that pipe is where the backup fire player is if I needed to grab it, which we don't, so that's all good. But yeah, going down that shaft is roughly about 30 seconds, if not more, if you just don't know what to do. We're playing it first. It was like one of the hardest levels in the game. All right, let's see. All right, I'm keeping an eye on where that top bro in the Sky World is, and he's only giving moves of 2. So I'm going to take this now, even though I'm not going to do 5-3 first. I'm going to be doing the Fortress first. And the reason for that is I don't want those bros to swap spots and give me a movement of 4. So I'm just saving like little bits of seconds here. Yeah, and that would have exactly happened. So into the Fortress here. Bit of a tricky jump there, just turn back there. Hold right, even though you lose P-speed here, P-speed's gonna lock in so I can get it back. A little bit faster than trying to turn back there. And again, more boom boom kills with fire. All right. So we'll see what this hammer row is, but we're about to hit 5-3, which is one of the rare games in 2 circumstances you're holding left. Okay, so bro came down to me, that's fine. All right. Coin count, number count's good, so I can leave it at that. One of the few rare levels where you're going to be holding left to actually finish the level. Oh, there's our movement of 4. And have the Kruber shoe, which we unfortunately do not use in this run. All right, we're going to fire a couple here, get P-speed. Oh, have to turn back there. All right, going to enter that pipe. Hopefully still have P-speed here. Yep. Quickly kill that guy, keep P-speed, and just about as perfect as you can get with that. Because with any Mario game, you run over those one-tile gaps, so you really want to be keeping P-speed so you can stay on the ground as long as possible. Alright, I think they're still down there, so that's not great. Alright, so this is actually one of the levels that actually is technically not a level, it's a pipe transition. But we have to get through this to get to the Sky World portion of this world. So this technically is not part of the category, but we need to do this to get up here. We did lose P-speed because unfortunately going up pipes is just always that bit of finicky there, but it's fine. We want to keep P-speed the entire way, but sometimes that's just not meant to be. Alright, I do believe from listening out for the bro movements, I believe that bro is between 5-9 and the castle. Yep. So we don't want him there. We do not want him there whatsoever. Alright, right now we just need to get through these worlds, which this one could definitely be a bit finicky because you can get a little bit of lag. We're just turning back because you can just go right through those platforms. Oh, nice. Got P-speed out of that pipe, so that's frame perfect. Doesn't say that much time, but it's cool. Okay, where are you going? He's staying there. We don't like that. All right. No, don't pick it up. So this is what I mean about not wanting to pick this leaf up. So we actually got that stutter set perfectly. Unfortunately, we picked up the leaf, which unfortunately not only kills our momentum because we were in the air. So, oh, there you go. There's the fanfare I promised because I wasn't paying attention to it. So that's a 5-second time loss right there. But hey, we need more lives because we are playing every single level today. All right, looks like he's going out. All right, we're gonna put this bro to sleep because we don't want him crossing back in there. So, not the end of the world picking up this leaf because there is a 5-player in 5-7 we can go for. But first we want to do this level. Again, one of the only levels with like buzzy beetles and what these flying buzzy beetles, which can be a bit tricky. So having a tail is not the end of the world in terms of a marathon run and just falling straight to the ground there. Because one tile jumps pretty much effectively, and they for some reason have like similar physics to like ice, so you can easily slip off those. All right, we need to get off that coin counter, but that's fine. There are some coins and blocks we'll be able to get. Get rid of that fire chomp. All right, should be fine. So funny enough, I discovered this about a month ago, and I've played this game since I was like 3. That if you actually somehow enter that pipe, the second it spawns, you can actually die inside that pipe, and it is the strangest thing ever. We're making sure that doesn't happen. Maybe I should have went for it. All right, so we're going to take damage here. We're going to get this 5-player, quick jump, keep our P speed, jump on these blocks. Beautiful. Very, very tough to grab that 5-player and keep P speed for the entire run. That's why we have that leaf there. We have that leaf so we pretty much effectively can just like take the damage from that Koopa Trooper. Otherwise, we needed the 5-player. All right. Beautiful. All right, he stays on that side. We're all good. We can head to this fortress. All right, duck jump underneath there. Big jump. It's a big scary there because it's a one tile block there. Oh. Sometimes you can get that dry bones to despawn. He didn't, so play that a bit safe. More boom boom fire kills. We love that. We absolutely love that. All right, we'll be able to get that hammer bro. Hopefully he goes down. Otherwise, we just move up a bit. Yeah. It's all right. Not the end of the world. So the reason why I didn't want that hammer bro to stay in between 5-9 and the castle is because there's a certain Roy pattern that I actually want, and it requires him beaten already. All right, 5-8. See if we can get our P speed. Yep. Few jumps. So if anyone has read Nintendo Power pretty much said that you cannot take damage in that level if you ever read Nintendo Power as a kid. That myth is completely broken. All right, 5-9, another auto-scroller. So we're just loving these auto-scrollers. They are very, very nice. It's 3 in this world alone. This one's definitely a bit tricky with these fire chomps. So we are going to be... So having 5-player is really, really good because we're just going to shoot them out of the air when we get them. So we're going to stand in certain points as they spawn, and hopefully we can fire kill them. So this first one's not too tough. We just make this jump, and we just shoot him off before he spawns up. This one's a bit tricky. We're going to lean a little bit to the close right on these platforms because we want him to shoot fire right towards us because that's what he's going to do first up. There he is. So we're just going to sit here. Hopefully he just comes up. Beautiful. So you could try and dodge it and try and shoot him, but it just causes more problems. That's just a very consistent way to just kill him, not get hit, because we don't want to get hit. There is a 5-player in the airship, but it's so important for these Koopaling patterns that I keep 5-player. Because I want to get the certain Roy pattern, because this, if you get the right Roy pattern, Roy's pretty much free in terms of killing him with fire. But if you don't get the right pattern, then it's really tough. Because if you play this as a kid, the World 5s and 7 Koopalings, Roy and Ludwig, they are big, heavy boys, and they send shockwaves to the ground that stun lock you. And if you just get stun locked, you're just in a world of pain. All right, we've got about a minute before we hit Roy, so if you want, we've got time for a quick donation or two.
Okay, we've got another donation, $10 from Johnny Saxon, who says, "I'm here because I watched The Wiz." Just as a reminder, if you want to donate to this event, you can donate at donate.ausspeedruns.com. We're raising money from Game on Cancer, so charity funding early cancer career researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research to make this the last generation to die from cancer. And we've got as a reminder, we've got an incentive that's closing about 30 to 40 minutes, so it's the quite obscure Expeditions A3 outfit choice, where we've got 3 choices for the outfit, highest total wins, so Gamage is leading with $35, but we've also got the flower suit and Expedition. No one's put any money towards them, so if you want a different outfit, then you can go ahead and donate at donate.ausspeedruns.com, or you can also donate in person at our front desk over there.
As I said, it was pretty free, but unfortunately we messed up one of the first fire shots and we just got too close to him, so trying to fix that mistake. So that's unfortunate, because all you had to do was just fire some shots, jump over his first wand attack, and then finish him off. So that's going to make this level 6 one a bit tricky, because as I said, there are some enemies that actually go off a global timer, which is pretty much these piranha plants that shoot up and these PD piranha plants. So we are going to pick up the fire flare at the start of this just for a bit of safety, but this might be a bit off here, so we'll see how this goes. That's not good. Alright, we're just going to see how this goes. This is just, yeah. Going to pick this up. I could have gone for it and risked it, but I'd rather not. Because normally, if you had Fire Flower and just held right and got P-Speed as you normally would, that PD Piranha Plant would have already fired up. Ooh, there's a movement of 5 or 6, I think it was. So there's a bit of movement. Ooh, okay. So we actually wanted to land on both of those to actually get up there, but we didn't. I don't have Fire Flower, so I can't go for P-Speed, unfortunately. Which, honestly, is not a terrible thing again, because one tile jumps on ice is not fun. Alright, no fanfare again. We're out dangerously close to our coin count, but it's alright. We're about to hit another auto-scroller. And I've got a Hammer Bro here. So things are alright. I think we might get a few more blocks here. Yeah, ones are good. Because this is the last world I have to deal with it, so we really don't want that to happen. So if we were to get that, there are 2 ways to do it. One of them is to play the 1 minute auto-scroller. The other way is to intentionally get killed in the auto-scroller, which is really tough. But hopefully we don't have to demonstrate that. Alright, we pick up the leaf here because we're going to be doing some damage boosts in the next stage. So after this stage, we like to call this a little mini marathon gauntlet of Small Mario. So it'll be 3 stages of pretty much effectively playing as Small Mario, which is going to be very, 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 very tough and very dangerous, because obviously being small in this game is never a fun thing, but we actually need to be small to actually go as quick as we possibly can. We'll explain that once we get to the fortress. Here, again, we're just chilling. Just absolutely chilling. As I said, 18 auto-scrollers. They're a nice breath of fresh air for me. I'm like, normally I don't do any speedruns with auto-scrollers or whatnot, but this is just a time just to chill, relax, collect nerves, any of that sort of stuff. Just as long as we don't die in them. Okay. So we're going to try and take a double damage boost here. So we're going to ride this platform. Not get hit. Onto these spikes, we're going to run across, take the double damage. Be small. Have to take double damage to get through that efficiently. We're going to star kill Boom Boom here. Oh, that's alright, so don't get hit. Alright, it's a little bit safer grabbing it a bit later. Should be able to make it. Hi Boom, bye Boom. Upside down orb. So effectively how that happens is Boom Boom takes like a certain amount of hits per frames, and effectively we overkill Boom Boom there. Oh, more movements. They're not fun. Alright, this stage is a little bit easier being small because there are a little bit of tiny gaps to deal with. towards the end, but it's just a lot easier. See, we can just run down there, dodge that fire chomp, duck underneath, get through underneath there, don't have to duck that, and we're all out. All right, now probably the hardest level in the game because we are small. I don't even need to use my music box. All right. So we're gonna jump a little bit early here, turn back, get my P-speed. All right, we got it. Don't swim too early, get bonked. We're gonna try and despawn some piranha plants towards the end. See if we get through this gap. Yep. Swim like our life depends on it. Ah, didn't get the right despawn. It's okay. All right, gotta be careful this last bit here. See that pattern? Nope, not good. All right. Yeah, and that's why. So we could have tried to make that really small gap there, but I've actually missed that in a few runs this week. So I tried to take that a little bit safe, but even taking that safe is just very, very, very painful. All right, so we'll try again. Didn't get a good pattern. Sometimes they could just throw straight away and you just know you're safe. P-speed again. Nope. I love this level so much. Alright, we'll go down here a bit. Hopefully can get a good pattern out this time. Yeah, so that's the jump I wanted to do the first time, but I didn't think I had it lifted up. That's how tight it is. If you jump too early, you hit your head on the roof, and you effectively just run into the enemy and die. If you jump too late, you run face first into the enemy and die. There's just not a lot of room for that jump. That's why we played that a bit safe, but that didn't work. All right, nice cool trick here. We're gonna try and despawn a couple of nippers here. So I'm gonna kill him. Nope, didn't get that right. Needed to jump on that block. All right, we're just going to do this a bit of a safer way. So what we wanted to do was despawn one or two of these nippers. If I can hit this block, which I can't. Still can't. There we go. And by despawning that, meaning that we didn't have to go and grab the green shell like the game told us to do. So a little bit slower, but better than actually losing our P-wing there. So just because this run's gone a little bit off-centered a bit, I'm actually going to take a safety hammer suit. I hopefully don't want to use the hammer suit because I want to showcase the fire kill on Bowser. But we're going to get this for safety. So if something were to happen in World 8 where I don't hit Bowser's castle with Fire Flower, we're going to use that hammer suit, which will make just Bowser just free. So yeah, so it's roughly about 12 seconds to pick that up, but for safety purposes, we just pick it up and we're just like, do not have to stress so much on keeping our power-ups here. All right, we just need to kill this fire chomp. Yeah, just like that. Mario 3 and hitboxes just don't make sense. All right, so that sucks a little bit because that means we're going to have to pick up, because we needed that leaf for the fortress, so we can actually go under the level a bit, but we'll have to pick that up at the start of the fortress, so that's going to slow us down a bit. While we're in this order scholar, if we've got any more donations, go right for it.
Okay, we've got another $20 anonymous donation. No comment. So, as a reminder, we're AusSpeedruns, Australian speedrunning group, raising money for charity, and we're raising money for Game on Cancer this event, so charity funding cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research to make this the last generation to die from cancer. So if you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. And there are several incentives that you can donate towards. You can find these on the website. And if you want to put money towards the donation incentives, you can mention in the comment section. So we've still got the Claire Obscura Expedition 33 outfit choice. There's been no movement on the donations yet, so still you only need $36 to change the outfit at the moment. So
Yep, so that's why we wanted that leaf, so we can go underneath that level. It's actually faster still picking up that power up and going underneath it rather than just even damage boosting through that font with the fire flower. A lot faster and a lot safer. We still had to get there in time, so that went nicely. Alright, a few more stages left in this world. Most stages to do with. Alright, that's fine. We can back this up. So we've got another H jump here. This one's a bit easy if we can get P speed, which we do. That's fine, as long as I can make this and get up. Alright, we're fine. Okay, all good. Big small's fine because we're going to be using a P-wing for 6-9. So that didn't go as planned, but we got out unscathed. That's the main thing. Just one of these levels where you just P-wing, just go over. No stress whatsoever. Easy peasy. All right, 6-10. So this is a bit of a tricky one. We're going to be building P-speed. We're going to be picking up a fire flower, and then we're going to keeping P-speed. We're just going to be doing a lot of things. So we'll see if we can get it right. Oh no. All right, those scuba trooper shells just love to get in my way here. So we're not going to get P-speed out of here. So we're just going to try and get out unscathed. It's so important that we keep this fire flower. For two reasons. We've got a Boom Boom that we want to kill with fire, and then we've also got an Iggy fight that we want to, Lemmy fight, sorry, not Iggy. Koopaling fight that we want to kill with fire. And we're going to need fire at the start of the next world, so very important we keep this fire flower. Okay, duck jump there, just off the conveyor belt. Very tight between that waffle and that thwomp. Oh, no, and I spoke too soon. Alright, that sucks a little bit. So not going to have fire for those 2 kills, unfortunately. Does mean we're going to have to use one of our backup stars for 7-2 when we get to that far. So we'll see how that goes first. Alright, don't have to worry too much about patterns because we're going to be jump killing Lemmy here, so. Alright, so this is where we're going to be setting up our 7-1 clip. So I'll explain to that once I get to it. But if we have a quick donation that just literally popped up, I know we've got like so many auto scrollers, so many chances to read donations. If you've got any, you can go right for it.
No new donations at the moment. Just like to remind everyone, we're AusSpeedruns, we're Australian speedrunning group raising money for charity, so we're raising money for Game on Cancer this year, and actually we've just got another donation, so we've got a $15 donation from Bagat that says, got a large outfit in Claire Obscure, so that's up to $50 now. Other 2 options, no one seems to like those just yet, but with just $51, you can change the outfit. So if you want to donate towards those, when donating, you just mention that in your donation comment online.
Alright, we're going to be setting something called a sub-pixel manipulation. So first we're just going to kill Lemmy here. Do not take damage for the love of God. Alright, all good here. I don't think I got it. So what I was trying to do there, so it's obviously pixels and sub-pixels in this game. So Mario's got 15 sub-pixels that he can manipulate by either going to the slight left or slight right at +1 or -1. And we want to be on sub-pixel 14 or 15. By doing that, and by executing the 7-1 clip perfectly, so we still have to do it perfectly, Mario's going to clip through the wall, like if we did it perfectly. But I'm pretty certain I didn't. There's a nice practice ROM that helps set up here, but there's no visual indicator for us, so we'll see how we go. Let's hope this doesn't take forever. Nah. Bit early. Oh no! Okay, that has not happened to me in, I think since I've come back and done this a couple of months ago. We're playing this level normally. That's not what I wanted to see. Oh dear. Oh dear. So we're doing this the original way. That can happen sometimes. That can happen. That you can just get those deep those D-pad inputs just all wrong, and you can easily just go in, even though I didn't press it up. All right, I need to focus here. Don't want to die. All right. It's all right. You get to see the level. You actually get to see the level in a speedrun. That's a very rare thing. I'm pretty sure there's a paratrooper there. Yep, so I kind of just don't. I kind of want to just sit here and just chill. Alright. Alright, I've got one more clip I'm going to guarantee do, but now because of that, I might just. I don't know. I don't know if I should now that I did that. We'll see how the next clip goes when we get there. Also, taking damage actually also means that I actually can't do the normal 7-2, so we're actually going to have to P-wing this. Oh, so that's going to throw routing up a little bit in the air, so we're just going to take this safe. There is a nice P-speed way you could do this, but I'm not confident on getting it, so I just want to clear this gap. So if you fall down that gap, there is like a bunch of invisible no blocks, which I clearly don't want to go underneath there, and you have to build a bridge, as the game intended. We don't want to do that. That takes too long. So we're just going to fly this stage up. That means I have one less P-wing that I needed for a certain stage, which means now I'm probably going to clip 7-6 now. That's probably the plan. That's probably the plan. I'm going to try and clip 7-6 and not go through the door this time. Alright, I'm just going to take damage here because it's obviously a lot faster to just not be tail. So whenever I want to run, I don't want to have the tail. Alright, we'll just get through here. Alright, so we're going to set up a 7-5 clip through the pipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a P-wing and we're going to use a star. The P-wing is to help with the stage, and the star is to kill a paratrooper that's going to be in our way. So let's see if we can get this. We're going to get one crack at this. Ah, I went too late. So you can clip through the corner of that pipe and go right through the wall there, but we're just a bit too early there. So what we need to do is not that. So we're just going to leave that alone. We're just going to go the slow way here because we do not want to lose this. So just got to be careful here. Taking damage is really bad because there is a leaf in this level, but it's so so much out of the way. It's just not worth ever taking damage. So we want to get back to that and just keep going along our way. Because again, just like with 7-2, there is a bridge that we need to build. We could have tried to clip through that, but I do not want, since we've already failed one clip, now 2 clips, I don't want us to be here all day. We don't want to be behind schedule. All right. So for 7-4, we're actually going to, so I don't know whose idea was this to create a 2D underwater auto-scroller with full of enemies and sprites and a lot of lag. So our intention is to try and keep this tail. You think, get the Fire Flower. The Fire Flower's a lot easier. It's like, yes, but putting on Fire Flower is actually going to make it worse with fire shots because we're going to put more sprites in the screen, so it's going to create more lag. Plus, we need this leaf for later on, so we're going to hopefully keep the lag to a fair bit of a minimum, and I didn't get up there in time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let's pray here. I was going to go to a donation, but I think we're in a bit of a sticky pickle here. We're in a bit of trouble. All right, it's going to be 2 annoying ass bloopers that are going to be coming up. Hopefully they're nice. There is a power up here if I can get to it. Oh, and that's just... Oh, that's terrible. That is terrible. All right, yeah, and dying on auto-scroll is really bad because there's no way you can recover from that. Oh dear. Yeah, sometimes those bloopers, as I said, they can act in certain ways based on how you move, and there is just some cases where they just do not go away. And yeah, unfortunately, as I said, these hitboxes are very, very, very tight. And it's just, we didn't even get any lag there restore here, so that's really unfortunate. That's all right. We just get to play more. But yeah, I'll absolutely say it. I've not died in that level at all. So, all right, let's actually focus on here. And I need this blooper to come towards me, which is what I was tempted to do. All right, good. Get it out of here. The most focused part of this run. But as I said, we got to play every single level here, including this one. All right, that's a bit early. I'm gonna try and stay low. Yep, and there's the lag I was talking about. Oh my god, get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here. All right, I said don't take Fire Flower, but we've already died here, so I'm taking it. Yeah. It's definitely most people's hated level. Oh, yep, just like that, random spawn of a fish. Alright, we are out of there. Thank God. Thank God, alright. So I really wanted to keep that tail because this game doesn't give us enough P-Wings. So, because we want to use a P-Wing in the Fortress and we're going to use a P-Wing 7.6. So, I'm going to use a star here for safety here because we've got the spare stars. So we're just going to clear all this. Not fall in that pit. Didn't matter if we took damage there or not. Because we need to get this P-Wing because... So... Actually, no, I actually have to. Sorry, I actually can't clip 7.6. So I need to clear that and use my last P-Wing here. So I need... It's actually faster. Damn, I can't clip 7.6 for you this year again. Because I need to be a leaf. I need the raccoon power up for the Fortress because you need to take the secret exit up the top. You could go the Tanuki suit way, but that's just so slow. So that means I'm gonna have to either just do something normal, or do something crazy in 7.9. Actually, no, I've got a way I can do this. So this is the interesting thing about 100% is you just got to think about these routes on the fly. So like if you're using items where you're not meant to, you need to figure something out. And I think I figured something out. So normally that last P-Wing that I needed to use is for 7.9, so I can just fly right from the start. So what I'm actually going to do is use this tail. I'm going to use this tail. We're going to skip 7.8 for now, and we're going to do 7.9. So rather than going all the way up here, I did not mean to jump there, so I'll have to wait. And we're just going to go up here. It is slightly faster due to the build P speed up and go that way. Oh, okay. I didn't realize I actually took two lots of damage there. That's okay. That's okay. Now I've got to be a bit safer here. There are 2 power-ups here, which is the plan. Do I want it? Yes, I want it. I do want it. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm actually going to approach 7.8 now. Because normally I do 7.8 first, play that level normally, then do 7.7, and then do the 7.9 where I finish up with Fire Flower. That's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case. So I'm kind of thinking on the fly here, which is definitely not normal. So I'm going to do 7.7 first as I figure out what I'm going to do for 7.8. So this is just one of these simple levels where you keep your star. Every block turns into a star as long as you have one. I'm going to try and do this while skipping this one. Nah, I got my jumps a bit wrong. I won't do it because I really don't want to take damage. I really want to be at a full power up for 7.8. I think it might be Hammer Suit. I think I might actually have to take the Hammer Suit here. Oh, we'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Nope, we still got to do this level. We still have to do this level. Oh, it's not good. All right. That's not good. As I said, we're doing a lot of casual gaming here today. All right, we are going Hammer Suit because I've gone small here, so. I'm going to try and keep P-Speed out of this. All right, lost it. That's fine. Did get the jump grab there. So I think from memory I should have this pattern all right. No, I don't. I think it should be right. Hit him. Nope. Alright, that's unlucky. That's okay. We have a backup hammer suit. That hammer suit was just for us to get out of this level. And there is 2 fire flowers in the airship. So what I'm going to do here is just play this safe. Yep, nope. It's alright. It's fine. Nope, nope, not fine. Alright. Do I have 1 or 2 stars left over here? I think I've only got 1. No, I've got 2. Okay, we can use, you can use our star here. Which is probably what I should have done first up. That's why we wanted fire flower. So we can kill those piranha plants. Alright. We're gonna run here, get our P speed. Hopefully make this jump. Yep. Keep P speed. That's half the level. I have to stop here because I'm small. If I was still Big Murray, I would have just taken damage. We desperately do not want to die here, so I'm kind of just going to just run and hope. Alright. Alright. Don't mess this up. Alright, cool. Oh, good. Okay. Massive sigh of relief there. Done. Alright, I do have 1 star for this last plant level. It does mean I'm going to lose a star for World 8, but that's just what we have to give. Levels are simple with stars. Just use them. Just use them. And we'll get a mushroom for our troubles. Nice handy backup if we need it. But as I said, there is 2 power-ups in this airship. So we should be able to get our fire flower back. I'm probably not going to go for this Ludwig kill. Because I think it's probably more important to keep our fire, or let alone not die right at the end. So this is the longest airship. It's about 2 minutes 14 seconds, I believe, something around that. So it's very, very long. So if you've got any donations that have popped up over this world, feel free.
Okay, we've got a $20 anonymous donation, no comment, and with that we're at 14,867, so we're less than $150 away from 15,000, which is our original goal our first goal for this event. So as a reminder, we're AusSpeedruns, we're an Australian speedrunning group, charity group, and we're raising money for Game on Cancer this event. And Game on Cancer is a charity that funds early career researchers. We're working across all areas of cancer research to make this the last generation to die from cancer. So if you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. We've also got our front desk day. There's also an option for in-person donations. And when you donate, there's several incentives. So currently we've got the Clarebsco Expedition 33 outfit choice for our next run happening after this. And currently we've got a lot of Gamage fans at $50. Cloud Season Expedition, no donations net, but if you want to change the outfit for that, you've still got about 15 to 20 minutes to donate for that. And there's also some other incentives, so Crypt of the Neck Dancer happening this evening, $95 for the runners to complete a level with an impossibly hard character Cola. And for our last run this evening, we've got incentives for the trainer name, rival name, and AHM friend name in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. So current options are for trainer name, Iron Hornet, the rival name, Wester and Estimate, and for our HM friend we've got Flavio and JT Magic Man. And if you'd like to donate towards an incentive, just mention it in your donation message, either online or in person.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to fire kill him. Because I did not know what that pattern was going to be. And gave me a little bit of trouble first up, so that was scary. Alright, World 8 is unfortunately a bunch of auto-scrollers, but what we're going to try and do, we're just going to keep our fire flower, we're going to hold it all the way through. We'll try to at least. There are a couple of fire flower regrabs if we do lose it, which is a nice reason why going the fire flower rate's not bad, because if things go wrong, you've got a couple of chances to regrab it back. And as I said, we've got a backup hammer suit. This is for D-Day disaster if things go wrong, which they did a bit in that world, but here we're just going to just dodge things. At certain points, we're going to try and kill a couple enemies just to reduce the amount of lag. But for the most part, it's just roughly like 3.5 minutes of auto scrollers before we head to the hand levels. Which you'd think the hand levels, they're the biggest RNG in Mario 3. It's like, they are, but not so much in this category. So we have to do every single stage, including the hand stages. But getting pulled into a hand is roughly only a second and a half compared to actually just going to the level normally. So get pulled by 3 hands is only 4.5 seconds, where if you're playing any other category where you don't want to play the stages, that's roughly like 20 seconds each. So not that big of a time loss if we get pulled in, but hey, we'll see if we can get no hands. We'll see if we can get some form of luck on our side. So yeah, so if we, a nice benefit, oh, okay, didn't get lag, which is good. Almost got hit, which is not good. Yeah, there's the bit of lag that I was talking about, because there's just so many things on the screen. So just got to be careful. So we're going to see if we can get a trick called Rangless, which is if this Boomerang Bro can lean forward and we can fire flower him before he shoots off. Nope, he decides to go backwards and fire it off. So if we managed to do that, we'd have saved a couple of seconds, because that Boomerang would never have spawned. And the item box doesn't spawn until everything is off the screen. That's all right. Right. No lag to really worry about this one. Just keep up Fireflower. We've got Boom Booms we'd want to kill. As I said, World 8 is probably the most boringest level out of all of them, because as I said, you've effectively got 4 auto scrollers. Only a few stages to play, depending if you're playing 100% or not. So pretty much for the most part, it's chill. There are some tricky levels, as there all are in every world, but for the most part, it's just auto scrolls and just wait till you get to those levels. But yeah, we'll talk about why we're going to fight Fireflower. There's some good advantages to having Fireflower the whole way. As I said, there's Boom Booms to kill. There's some stages you can actually do quickly by having Fireflower. The first hand level is actually really good if you have Fireflower, because you can fire straight shots and kill some Hammer Bros that are on the way. And as I said, just having Fireflower in general is just really nice, especially when we hit the Air Force auto scroll level in the next section. Because those rocky wrenches can be a bit of a pain, but if we can Fireflower them before they shoot, then things will be pretty cool. All right, let's see if we can get no hands. Nope. So there's a second and a half right there. All right, we can fire that. Don't get hit by that one. Fire twice here, get a P-speed, and go in very cleanly. And shoot. All right, there we go. So yeah, so that's us entering the level normally rather than getting pulled in. So you see how that was a bit quicker? We want that all the time. But each hand has a 50% chance of either pulling us in or letting us pass. But in that circumstance, we're obviously playing it. Okay, one hand, not too bad. I think you always take that in a run. All right, a couple of big jumps here, duck underneath, did not get on the momentum I wanted, so let's just hope these cheat sheets are nice. Because for some reason the cheat sheets have been good this run. I don't want to give them a chance to prove otherwise. All right, hand level's done. So we enter the Air Force. So this is the one auto scroller that moves at double speed. So you have some really tough jobs. You have these rocky wrenches. So this is why Fireflower is really, really nice. Just fire and kill them. Play this level a little bit aggressive. Oh. Normally that just goes through and kills it. Otherwise you just have to jump on it like that. And if you're not there quick enough, they're going to fire it. And they can become a pain. Got to be closer here. Oh. Yeah, as long as you're getting there in time before they shoot, should be fine. Because if you don't, that could happen. And if you don't end up killing them, actually, they'll fire a second shot from behind. So you do need to get rid of them. All right, we keep our 5 which is good. All right, 8-1. We're going to be using our last star here. Just going to make this start section a lot safer because, as we've said, the stars are really good. Got to be careful not to hit that warp whistle. So use that star to get that paratrooper, keep our P-speed. Jump once, jump twice. Make that. All good. All right, more fanfare. For the fans. It's all right, we need more lives. We need more lives. We're going to die another 31 times. All right. All right, 8-2 is a little bit tricky here because we normally would like to have a hammer suit here if we were choosing that route because we can kill the sun here. So he's going to be a bit of a pain here. Whoa, whoa, I did not want to jump on that first one. All right, I'm going to take this a bit safe. All right, we're fine. Yeah, did not want to hit that first note block. Sun be good. All right, all good. So if we ended up losing that, there is 2 more fireflowers we can pick up in the fortress if things went astray. One's right there, and one's towards the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to be activating a P-switch in the next room, and we're going to build P-speed and get to the secret door in time before the P-switch meter runs out. We're going to build our P-speed. Enter that door, keep it, wait for that, and make it. All right, cool. Very, very tight. Gonna jump kill the boom boom. All right, that's our last fireflower. There are no more fireflowers to re-grab, so hopefully we're gonna hang on to this. I'd rather do the fire kill on Bowser here, even though I've got the safety hammer suit. I'm just like, we've hung on to this, so let's at least use it. All right, our last auto scroller of the game. So if we have any last donations, you can feel free.
Yeah, so you got $5 donation from Papa Randall's all the way in Finland. Message, it's dark, cold and rainy morning here in Finland. It's the perfect time to drink tea and watch some fantastic speedruns. Keep up the good work, friends. And as a reminder, we're AusSpeedruns, we're Australian speedrunning organisation, charity organisation raising money for Game on Cancer this event. So Game on Cancer is a charity funding early career cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research to make this the last generation to die from cancer. So if you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com, and you can also, if you've got cash donations, you can also donate at our front desk there. So, and we've also got several incentives that you can donate towards, so just mention what incentive you want to donate towards in your donation message. So we've still got the outfit choice, which is closing very soon. And we've got an incentive for Crypt of the Necrodancer to do a level with impossibly hard character, and names for Fire Red and Leaf Green.
All right, awesome. Big shout out to the Finnish SMB3 community. Right. Thanks for the love and support. All right, last stage here. All right, we're gonna go for one clip at least in this run, the everybody clip. So we're happy to get that first try. All right, we're gonna try and get some throne room P-speed here. Got it, get this duck jump. Got a duck here so I don't bonk the head and fall into lava. All right, 35 fireball kills to Bowser. Don't give me bad pattern. All right, cool. All right, there is like one Bowser pattern where he can just fire a fireball as he jumps up and gets me. Thank God that did not happen. And it's Bowser down. All right, time will be as soon as we enter the door. And time. Awesome. Hey, we hit estimate. I didn't think we were going to. All right, that's awesome. All right, thanks for having me once again. Big shout outs. Hope you enjoy the rest of your packs and have a good day.
Yeah. So that's all from me today, so I'll be handing over to our next host, JT Magic Man.
All right, everyone, I'm your new host, JT Magic Man. I'll be hosting this run. Up next, we have Claire Obscure by Konora. Stick around for that. And as a reminder, through this run, you can donate to change the suit in this run. At the moment, Gomerage is winning at $50, the Flower suit currently at 0, and the Expedition is at 0. This will be a live incentive throughout the entire run. So if you'd like to change it, get those donations in, go to donate.AusSpeedruns.com.
It's a trip. It's got a funky beat.
All right, we just had a $10 donation from JT Magic Man, which is weird because I'm sitting here. But it says, hello, I'm JT Magic Man. I approve, nay, insists that the HM friend for Fire Red and Leaf Green named JT Magic Man. Thank you so much for that donation. And the $15 donation from Anonymous, putting it towards the flower suit. That brings it up to $15. Thank you so much for that donation.
Apologies, everyone. Could we please get everyone to step up and follow the enforcers to outside? We are evacuating the building.
If you want to do a few, we can turn you up a bit.
Pardon? We have been talking. Like we will continue to talk.
Clair Obscure is a video game that was developed by 33 people and a dog.
It's
All right, thank you for your patience there, everyone. We're still setting up for the next run. Won't be too long now. All right, I've been told we're ready to go. Welcome back to PAX 2025. We are ASAP. We're going to go over to Kenora running Clair Obscure. Thank you so much.